There are going to be three primary types of man. So there's going to be the alpha male, the beta male, and then the sigma male. I know what you're thinking. Austin, isn't this pretty cringe to put men in categories? Yes, it is very cringe, but I'm gonna give you some signs to know if you're a sigma either way today.
Is that what that loser Patrick Bateman...
So it all comes down to a couple basic characteristics. So the beta male doesn't have a lot of masculine energy. He is a yes man. He does whatever he can to please other people, and he's not empowered whatsoever. And then there's the alpha male, who is very masculine. He's very dominant. But the thing is, he needs a group. He needs a pack of men that he can lead. But then the sigma male is very dominant, very alpha, but he does not need a pack to lead. He is perfectly fine making it on his own. He does not have to be the leader, but he is still on top of his A game. So without further ado, let's get into the signs. The Sigma community has attracted a lot of losers. So there's a lot of full-grown men in their mother's basements. They don't have any friends, they don't have a job, and they call themselves a Sigma. Like, they're on their Sigma grind when they don't have anything going for them. The first sign that you are a Sigma is that you're successful or you're on the road to success.
See, money doesn't just buy you a better life, better food, better...
Now, what exactly does this mean? Well, it means that you have a better body than every other man. It means that you are more well-read, you are more articulated than the other men. It means that you already have your own business, or you're taking these steps to get there, because a Sigma male cannot be told what to do by anybody. So if you're working a 9 to 5, you call yourself a Sigma male, maybe in the future you could be, but at the moment you are not a Sigma male. A Sigma male will never chase a woman.
You're not terribly important to me.
So the beta males, these are the guys ruining the game. These are the guys simping for these women. There's lots of rich beta males, by the way. It's these guys who put these women on the pedestals. Like, oh my God, you're such a queen, you're a princess. Like, I'll worship you. They're the ones ruining the games. And then the alpha males, they still put in a lot of work to try to please a woman. Alpha males will typically always have a woman with them because, like I said, they're very tribal. It's like a wolf pack. Like, they always need that woman beside them. But then the Sigma male, typically they're going to be single, and it's not because they cannot get a girlfriend. Just so you guys know, if you call yourself a Sigma male, but you do not have options, you're not a Sigma male. A Sigma male will have tons of options, but he rejects most of them. Like, he will deny a woman of sex just because it's going to drain him of his sexual energy. This is what a Sigma male will do. And a lot of it comes down to who he sees himself as. Because here's the thing, man. If you see yourself as royalty, if you see yourself as a king, and then you're hooking up with these 304s who do not deserve your energy, they are not a queen. This is essentially putting yourself down to their peasant level. And a Sigma male will recognize this, and he will never chase a woman, and especially a 304. A 304 means a hoe, by the way, just so you guys know. You love to be alone. A lot of people think you're weird. A lot of people do not understand you in the slightest, but you prefer to go out to eat completely alone. Like, you don't even like to have friends whenever you're at a restaurant. You can go to the movies completely alone. A Sigma male is going to truly love himself more than anybody else. So whenever other people get inside of his space, man, they can mess with his head, they can mess with his mindset, and overall it can throw off his energy. So typically they will prefer to walk alone, and they prefer doing things alone more than anybody else. They're pretty much the definition of the lone wolf, and it's very cheesy, but it's what the Sigma male is. Kind of in the same circle is that naturally they're going to be introverted, and they're going to observe society. So whenever you're out in public, you don't have a desire to go talk to everybody, exert all this energy like, hey, what's up? My name's Austin. You don't have this desire. Like, whenever you're at a party, you can socialize with anybody. You're not socially awkward. Like, you can go up to the most attractive person, get their phone number. Like, it's not because you're socially awkward. You just prefer to stay reserved to yourself, and then observe other people's energy, observe other people's mannerisms, other people's actions. Because if you ever just slow down, man, you actually watch humans. It's very fascinating. Humans are very fascinating to actually watch. Just the way they behave, man, it's actually Very, very interesting. So if you can relate with this, man, you may be a Sigma male. Do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. You're going to march to the beat of your own drum. And now, society, man, everybody is stuck inside the matrix. They're all in this line, you know, like all the white sheep. They do everything else everyone else is doing. But as a Sigma male, this means that you, my friend, are the black sheep. So you're not marching with everyone else. You're like, you know what? Screw this. I'm going to create my own music. I'm going to create my own path. And I'm just going to do whatever I want to. You don't follow social media trends. You don't follow fashion trends. And once again, it's not because you're weird. Everything you do is very cool. And you actually influence people without even trying.
Guys,
his
please,
name
stop it.
is Robert Paulson. His name is Robert Paulson.
You'll notice that people actually start copying you, your style, the way that you act, because you march to the beat of your own drum, but it's influential. It's not in a loser way. It's in a cool way. You are very mysterious and nobody can quite pin you down. Whenever you follow in line with everybody else, you have the same thoughts, you have the same patterns. It's very easy to read these people. But whenever you're marching to the beat of your own drum, this means that you're going to be very unpredictable. So woman that you're speaking with, your friends, your family, nobody will understand you. No one will ever know what your next move is because you're completely unpredictable. You're going to be very, very mysterious. A lot of people have no idea about your private life. It's funny, man. People think they know a lot about me just from posting self-improvement videos that I do not even talk about myself, or on Instagram where I just post shirtless modeling photos, but everyone thinks they know me down to the core. It's not like that, my friend. There's always going to be an air of mystery if you're truly a Sigma male. You're attached to nothing.
The things you own end up owning you.
So the beta male gets very insecure whenever he is not attached to things. He needs attachment. You know, like he's very attached to people. He's attached to places. He doesn't have a lot of masculine power. And then the alpha male loves to set roots. He loves to have his tribe. It's hard for him to leave his home country. Sigma male is not like that, man. Sigma male don't give a fuck.
Honey Badger don't care. Honey Badger smacks the shit out of it.
So this means that you can travel wherever you want to. This means you'll throw away any of your personal belongings. You'll give them away to people. You'll do anything because you're not attached to anything. If somebody shows you disrespect, you're not attached to them. You can cut them off like it's nothing because you're going to put yourself number one always. This means that if you want to go somewhere, you will. You don't care. If you want to do something, you will. Once again, because you do not care. You're attached to nothing. Last but not least, you're very dominant without even speaking. The beta males, they won't speak. They're not dominant. They're very submissive. The alpha males, they are very dominant, but in a communicative, extroverted way. But then the Sigma male, he's very dominant, but in a silent way. This means you can scare people without saying a single word. Today, I was actually at the gym. I was doing some core. I was doing some hanging leg raises. And this guy comes up from behind me. And he's just staring at me. I can tell that he wants to use the pull-up bar that I'm on. So I keep doing my leg raises, obviously. But then whenever I finish, this guy does this little disrespectful wave off. And now this pissed me off. So I stare at this guy in his eyes as he's doing his pull-ups. Arms crossed, everything. By the way, he's doing kipping pull-ups. Worst form I've ever seen in my life. This guy cannot even do a real pull-up. Funniest thing happens, man. I do not say a single word to this guy. He gets finished with his pull-ups. He does not look me in the eye. He puts his head down, he submits, and then he walks off and finds another pull-up bar. This is a good example of asserting your dominance without saying a single word. Like, you don't have to always confront people. Sometimes it's just that look, like, hey, yo, bro, I'ma cut you if you fuck with me again. It's just like that. Like, you have to be very intense, very aggressive, but you don't have to say a single word. If you relate with a couple of these signs, maybe like half of them or so, you could be a Sigma male or maybe on the path to becoming one. Now, if anybody watching this needs help with their fitness goals, link in the description box for a free one-on-one consultation with me, Austin Wayne. Also, guys, check out my supplements on kalosique.com. We've got everything: pre-workout, whey protein, creatine, high-growth supplements. kalosique.com. Subscribe to the channel and like this video to push it out into the YouTube algorithm. That's it. I'm gone.